the world of comedy, it changed. I know it changed for me because I was there that evening, October 11th, 1975, Saturday Night Live. Dan Aykroyd was there, now refocusing his energies away from comedy, many different businesses for Mr. Aykroyd. The new business, Vodka, and his Crystal Head Vodka, branded as one of the most pure, natural spirits of the Canadian Vista. And Mr. Aykroyd joins us now. Good morning, sir.
Thank you, Tom. That was great.
Well, we try. Okay. Every bar I go in, somebody says, I'll have a Grey Goose, blah, blah, blah. That's the dominant brand. Why do you want to go into vodka if it's owned by so many dominant brands?
Well, it was the biggest pie. And we thought that we would have the chance for greater success if we went into the white spirits category, went into the biggest pie of vodka, if we came out with the right product. And what we have here is a luxury premium spirit that has no additives. Many lesser vodkas add glycol, which is antifreeze. They add citrus oil, limonene, which is a caustic bug exterminant, and they also add sugar. You don't need any more sugar in C6H5O6. If you look at the equation C6H5O6 and H2O, that's a nice, simple equation. Our mash in the water.
Wow,
Morrison and Boyd Organic Chemistry with Dan Aykroyd.
And so if you look at the chain of, if you look at glycol, citrus oil, and then that equation, you see it's very complicated. This is the bar chef's friend because it's the virgin slate. If you're making a 1955 Long Island Railroad bar car martini, that's 2 ounces Crystal Head, vermouth, a little olive juice, pearl onion, a couple of olives. You don't want any citrus oil.
Dan, I know that Sara and Scarlett want to jump in here, but you have so many successful businesses. You've spent a lot of time in the club business and in the bar businesses. What was the number one thing you learned from all that business about bringing out a vodka?
That the package will only get you so far, that the fluid has to be in the bottle. And so now we've won a double gold award with this vodka. We took the additives out. People love the cleanliness aspect of it. And they like the legend of the Crystal Heads.
The story.
It smells good, too.
It's good. When you open a lot of lesser vodkas, if you open them up, they smell like Chanel No. 5. You open them up.
Thank you.
And ours smells like alcohol. And people say, oh, if you open up a bottle and it smells like alcohol, it's cheap. Not true. The reason they add these oils is because these distillations are unhygienic and they're faulty. So that's why a lot of lesser vodkas add the glycol. 68 grams of glycol can kill a 180-pound human being. They add that, they add the citrus oil, and they add the sugar.
Let's get Sara get in here, Dan.
Well, because, Dan, it's not exactly original. Many celebrities have launched alcohol brands. Some of your colleagues here, I'm sure. Willie Nelson, for instance, has a bourbon brand. We have Danny DeVito, who could forget his limoncello brand. And P. Diddy has his own brand. All sorts of celebrities. It's sort of like women celebrities and perfume brands. Are you selling this vodka? How much are you behind the brand?
Well, I'm the manufacturer. I'm a partner in the company. I originated
You're not just doing your name here. You're vested in this.
Oh, I took my daughters. I went to all three of them. I said, your college funds are sitting there at 0.009% interest. Let's make some money with this college fund. And they said, what do you want to do with our college fund, Dad? I said, I'm going to the vodka business. They said, go for it. I paid them back.
How many countries are you selling in?
We're in 23 countries now around the world. People are responding to the taste. They love the fact that we have a naturally sweet vodka here. Our notes are sweet, vanilla, dry, crisp, with a kick of heat off the finish. We don't mask the alcohol. We don't hide it.
But the thing with vodka is that there have been this trend towards flavored vodka, right? Like vodka that tastes like marshmallows or something else. You can't ignore that progression in the market either.
You can't. It's certainly where the business is going. But I always like to say about our vodka, I'm in the vodka flavored vodka business.
You're old school.
We don't want to add the flavors because that would be polluting our substance here. We are free of oils and we want to stay that way. And our notes, of course, as I told you, were as sweet vanilla, dry, crisp with a kick of heat off the finish. And Anthony Dias Blue, who's basically the Robert Parker of the vodka business, dubbed those notes on us. We won the double gold award with the World Spirits Competition in 2011. And it's a great Christmas gift. That's why I'm here.
We're going to come back with Mr. Aykroyd. Dan, I want to talk very quickly here about the writing of comedy. To me, it's changed so much. Do you like the new comedians now, the different cadence and method versus when you were working in Canada?
Well, there's, standards of, there's humor of identification. It's always been there. There's scatological toilet humor. It's always been there. But I kind of go for the more, more well-developed concepts. Like on Saturday Night Live, Jason Sudeikis wrote a piece, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, where Grant Wood, the painter, is doing
Yeah.
American Gothic, and he's directing his actors through the subjects of the painting. It was just so smart and hilarious and funny and right on as far as what SNL's doing. I think the most brilliant monologist in the world is probably maybe Robin Williams, and then Chris Rock. Of course, we got to go back to Steve Martin and Eddie Murphy as great monologists. That wasn't my thing. I was never a stand-up guy. I was always with Second City. And so I remember my colleagues John Candy and Gilda Radner and Belushi, and I look to the kids at Saturday Night Live, and they're keeping that legacy alive.
So you're watching it. You're watching it right
whenever
now,
I
every
can.
day.
Whenever I'm not out doing bar chef education and telling them that Crystal Head is the bar chef's friend because it's a virgin slate. If you're making that bar
And it
car martini, you don't want
literally
citrus oil
a
in it.
crystal head.
One
It's
thing
very
you're not
cool.
watching, though, is hockey because of the lockout. It's the 74th day of the NHL lockout. As an avid hockey fan, as a Canadian, who do you blame for this? Don Cherry, Gary Bettman, or the players?
Well, you know, in any labor negotiation, it's a difficult call. Hockey players are probably the least paid. Baseball players make a lot more. Football players
They've been
make a lot more
striking an awful
generally.
lot lately.
Well, they've got some real issues, and then you've got management, and you've got owners of the teams that are being inflexible. I really don't know. I feel sorry for my friend Kirk Muller with the North Carolina Hurricanes, one of my best friends. He brought the Stanley Cup to Canada with Guy Carbonneau in '93, the last Stanley Cup that's been in Canada. He's my neighbor where I live up there, and I'm so
Okay, let's
sad.
get back to vodka. You sound
Well,
sick.
I want to
Got
talk
it.
about Dan Aykroyd, the businessman, because this is Bloomberg Surveillance. We prepared a chart for you. It shows the global alcohol beverage market. It's been growing very nicely despite the recession and some sluggish economic growth. And according to Business Industries, which crunch the numbers, and Euromonitor, 3.3% annual growth to 2016 of all the categories. Spirits ranks
How
the
much are you
highest.
going to grow this year?
We're up quite a bit. I would say, conservatively speaking, around 12%. 12,
Okay,
13%.
Dan Aykroyd, thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you, Tom.
We
Good to
will,
see you.
Good to
we
see
will
you.
try no ethanol in it, no benzene, no methylethyl ketone.
Great Christmas gift.
A great one. And it's a skull, which is so trendy
Wait, you get
right
one
now.
and I don't?
Skull bottle
Designed
vodka.
by John Alexander.
I'll let you have a little bit. I don't think I can knock this whole thing down myself.